What the hell am I gonna do with all this space on this channel? Hey everybody, so I haven't made a video in a while. I'm doing editing on iMovie now, and well, it sucks. So to atone for the fact that I haven't made a video in a while, this video is going to combine all of the features of Vlog Driver, Book Review Monday, Current Event Wednesday, and Rant Friday, in addition to a feature that I hope to start next week, which is Question Tuesday. In the Vlog Driver version of Question Tuesday, I will answer one question which will be posed by one of you. So ideally, this question should be something fairly complicated that will take me roughly 4 minutes to answer. So if you have any questions that you would like me to answer, books, current events, rants I've done, or really anything, put them in the comments and maybe I will select one for a Question Tuesday. But now, on to the topic of this video. So this is going to be a book review in part because it is going to review a book that I am currently reading about the election of 1800. And so this is going to be a current event video because it's going to talk about our electoral college system. Obviously this would have been a more current event had I talked about it during the election season, but it's still relevant because we still have to use the electoral college system. There will be a little bit of ranting in this video about the electoral college system, and this is going to answer the question that my sister has posed numerous times of, is the electoral college necessary? So first, a quick explanation for those of you who don't necessarily live in this country, or even for a few of you who do live in this country and just don't know how the system works. Most of our elected officials are chosen by popular vote. Whoever gets the majority of the votes gets the office. But that is not how we do the presidential election. We don't technically vote for the president. We vote for the people who are going to elect the president. Each state is assigned a certain number of electors. The number of electors each state gets is determined by the number of senators per state, which is always 2, added to the number of representatives per state, which varies based on population. So you can have as few as 3 electoral votes, or as many as 54, I think is how many California has, I'm not sure. And whoever gets the majority of the electoral votes, which in the last presidential election was 270 or more, wins the election. So why is this system used at all? Well, let's look at a little bit of history. The Electoral College was initially put in place because the founders wanted to put an extra degree of separation from the people and the selection of the president. So originally the Electoral College was to be a group of officials who would honestly deliberate on who they felt would make the best president. Initially, the people who would actually be voting for the president were chosen by the state legislatures. The Constitution also stipulated at this time that each elector would get 2 votes, and whoever got the highest number of votes would be the president, whoever got the second highest would be the vice president. Which was fine when George Washington was the only one running for president, and also when political parties had not come into existence yet. See, George Washington didn't want political parties. He didn't like the idea of political parties. But political parties formed anyway, as is inevitable when you live in a democracy and people have different ideas of how the government should be run. So by the time Washington's second term ended, 2 political parties had already pretty much been formed. Now people are trying to manipulate the Electoral College. And so now the question becomes, does the electoral system really matter today? When you look at the original intent, and when you look at the fact that the electoral system was put in place during a time when it was assumed that there would be no political parties, then the electoral system does look pretty antiquated, and it would probably be better just to do a standard popular vote. But we can't drop the system because it's the way it's always been done before, and I mean, let's face it, news outlets live for the electoral map. Alright, well I know I've got way more than 4 minutes of footage here, so I'm going to attempt to edit this down with the demon iMovie. I hope that you have found this history of the Electoral College enjoyable, and please do leave me questions for Question Tuesday. I'll see you next time. Bye now.